The following is general advice only and should not be construed as accounting, legal, or any other professional advice. The details of your situation are fact dependent, and you are advised to seek the help of a competent professional. Yes. Thank you. You are all way too kind. I appreciate that. Thank you. Welcome back to another action-packed edition of CPA Reviewed, the official podcast at another71.com, where we make this CPA exam far more exciting than it was ever intended to be. Happy Tuesday to you. Today is Tuesday, July 30th, 2013. Well, normally on the CPA Reviewed podcast, and this is episode 45, and the only reason why I know that is because the previous one was number 44. And I decided to switch it up. I decided to give people the opportunity, instead of reading emails, like when I'm listening to talk radio, and I have some favorite shows I listen to, it's always more interesting to have people call in and give their take. I don't know, just something different than just listening to the host ramble on. So instead of reading people's emails and then answering them, I thought I would just take live calls. And so that's what I did. And so in today's podcast, we have 3 calls that we're going to get to. We have Natasha, Carmela, and Shelly on tap. And if you like it, let me know. If you like the new format, you can comment below or give the post a like or high five it. Whatever you want to do. All right. Starting up first with Natasha.
I was supposed to call in last week to tell you that I was halfway through, I think.
Okay.
With my Becker videos. I'm actually behind, and I'm only halfway through now. That's probably really bad. But I got really stuck with chapter 3, which is corporate tax, and I felt like I was kept watching it over and over and not getting it, and I was writing notes, which I also feel is maybe slowing me down. But I still feel like I had a lot of trouble with corporate tax. I'm just not getting it for some reason. So I don't know if I should just move on and just keep going through, or actually try and understand the material.
What review course? See, you're using Ninja, the Wiley Test Bank, and Becker. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and you're going on vacation August 2nd through 12th.
Yeah. So on Friday night, I'm leaving at 10. So yeah. So I was reviewing, watching the videos for Becker. I didn't do any multiple choice questions except the class ones that they do in the video. And in the video, you can do it yourself, and you do the question. So it's probably 15 questions in each lecture. And I was actually doing really well on those, but on some of the corporate ones, I wasn't doing as great. So right now I'm in chapter 4, middle of chapter 4, and there's 8 chapters, which I'm up to estate taxation.
Okay, so you're halfway through, and you leave Friday?
Yeah. Which you told me that I should finish all 8 chapters by Friday. This way I can feel, rest assured and all that.
Well, when you an integral part of the learning process is working the multiple choice questions. So it's normal to watch all the videos and then kind of bomb the questions the first time through, because the videos teach you theory, the questions teach you exam application. So when you say that you're struggling with corporate tax, what aspect of it are you struggling with? Are you working multiple choice questions, or why do you say that you're struggling with material?
Because I feel that I'm not grasping the different components of the basis. So I feel like there's it's like the property basis, like that is really confusing for me for some reason.
Sure.
And I feel like they go over it a lot, like on different things. Like they go over property basis, and then they do like shareholder basis, right? So I feel like those are really confusing, and I'm not sure how to like understand that.
Okay, well, like in the Ninja Notes, I have the various rules. So like a shareholder contributes property to the corporation. What's the shareholder's basis? What's the corporation's basis, etc. And so, when you watch your videos, are you taking notes over the rules?
Yeah. So I'm watching the Becker videos, and I'm taking the notes.
Okay, I think honestly, if you have notes, and if you excuse me, are you reading the Ninja Notes before you watch your videos?
No, I was doing that, and then you told me just do the video, because at first I was doing the Blitz video with the Ninja Notes, and then you told me if I have the full course Becker to do that.
Sure. Yes. And you should like for corporate tax, for instance, you should read the Ninja Notes over corporate tax. It's, I don't know, maybe 10 pages or whatever, and then watch your Becker videos.
Okay.
That'll help. I don't know. It should help. So you have 2 days, 3 days. You have 3 study days until you leave, and realistically 2, because we know that you're going to pack and everything on Thursday.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So can you get through 2 chapters tonight and 2 chapters tomorrow?
Yes.
Yeah. Because
like the lecture is like 4 hours for one chapter, and I would say that it probably takes me like more than that because I'm writing. So.
Okay. Well, so then maybe your goal is to do one chapter before you leave, and I'm guessing that you didn't study much over the weekend.
No, I didn't study at all over the weekend.
Busted. I could tell.
Yeah.
I could tell.
I just because I didn't. I should have. I was like, okay, I'm gonna make sure I study over the weekend, get through these chapters, and then I didn't. So I'm still stuck here.
Yeah.
But I had my flashcards on my phone.
Well, that's something. All right. Get through one chapter before you leave, and take the Ninja Notes with you on like your, your iPad or whatever.
Okay.
Okay, and then
I have that, and I'm gonna hopefully have Wi-Fi. So every morning I wanted to watch for half an hour, watch video and go over the notes, and also read my notes that I wrote. Right? That would help.
Now, when you get back on the 13th, there's no more days off. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks, Natasha. Enjoy your vacation, and call me back when you get back. All right.
Okay, great. Thanks so much.
All right. See you. Okay. Up next is Carmela, and for the life of me, I could not understand her name. That's my fault. It's because I'm from Kansas.
Hello, Jeff.
Hey. Good morning.
Hi, it's me, Carmela.
I think you had me. I think you spelled your name. Well, have we spoken before?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, and you spelled it. No, that was you. Sorry, no, that was Uchenna.
Oh.
Okay. How do you spell your name?
Carmela.
Oh, Carmela.
Yes.
Okay. See, I just don't pronounce it right.
Oh.
All right. That's just because I'm from Kansas. I'm from the sticks. I'm from the farm.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so you're studying for FAR. You're taking it August 19th?
No, I changed the date.
You changed it.
I changed the date again to August 27th. I gave myself an extra week.
Okay.
I think what I am doing is I'm just stressing out because of it's a massive amount of information, and I want to be the best prepared. So I changed the dates from the 19th to the 27th. And what I've been doing so far is I've been watching the videos in the evening and taking notes. Also reading the Ninja materials, because I have the Ninja notes and everything else. And I have the Wiley test book and the test bank. And I've been noticing since my exam is approaching in the end of the month, I've been focusing just doing the Wiley test bank questions for now, because I would like to finish that up and also finish the videos. I'm halfway through the videos. So what do you think my focus should be for how much should I time for review, and then how much I should be focusing for the next 2 weeks?
Well, okay, so essentially your exam is in a month.
Right.
And so you need to leave 2 weeks for a review.
Okay.
And
Entry and exit chimes are off.
For the remainder 2 weeks, because I noticed I spent a lot of time on the Wiley book questions. And so what I've been doing now is focusing, just finishing up the Wiley test bank questions. Is that a wise thing to do?
yeah, I think the book and the test bank questions are equally good. I mean, the book questions are just fine when you're in study mode, but the test bank questions I think are really good because it's a better representation of what the exam looks like. And so you've been through all of your videos?
Halfway through. What I've been doing is I study, because I'm in between jobs right now, and so what I do is I study the multiple choices during the day for 5 hours, and then in the evening time I take a break, and then in the evening time I do the videos.
Okay. Now, so
I watch either one or two videos a night.
So you're not following the Ninja plan then?
Well, I read but after I watch the Ninja videos, I read the Ninja notes and take my notes.
Okay. So, are you using a full video course besides the Ninja materials?
Yes.
And what is that?
Oh, I have Roger CPA. So I watch his videos.
Okay.
And I take notes I do two things. I take notes from his study lectures,
Yep.
and I also rewrite your Ninja notes on my flashcards.
Well, when I said that you weren't doing the Ninja method, is because you were working the multiple choice questions before you had finished the videos.
No. Like, for example, I finished pensions and what you call it, stockholders' equity on Saturday.
Yep.
With the videos. So I'm working through those questions this week.
Okay.
That's what I mean. I'm not, in other words, my old study plan was I was watching the lectures, then doing the questions. I don't do that.
Okay, so
I try to do as much videos as I can.
all right.
Like last night I did partnerships. I didn't do the partnership questions yet.
Okay.
Because I'm still finishing stockholders' equity.
And then after stockholders' equity, you're done with the Roger videos?
I have a few more left.
Okay.
Which I want to do 2 a night.
Get through all of the videos with a stack of notes and then do the multiple choice questions.
Okay. So don't work through the multiple choice questions through the day?
Well, because you're studying full time, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So get through all get through all of the videos, all of them, and then take your notes, read your notes, and then start working multiple choice questions. Because
do all the videos.
Yeah, because you're
the notes.
You're bouncing back between videos and questions, and two things. Number one, getting through all of the videos. It's motivational. You cross it off your list because no one wants to watch videos anyway. And number two, the questions that you like. So you watch 2 topics of video, and then you work those questions or whatever. You're gonna have to redo all the the questions that you did early on. You're going to have to redo anyway because you're not. I mean, you don't remember them heading into your exam, and so it's better just to get all the videos out of the way, emerge from the videos with this killer stack of notes, work all of the multiple choice questions in the book, test bank, doesn't matter, in study mode. You're reading the answer explanations. You're taking notes over those multiple choice questions.
Yes.
Then you take this great set of notes you have, and then 2 weeks out from the exam, you spend an entire week rewriting your notes and reading them and putting them into little fact nuggets, as I call them. You're going from longhand down to shorthand, the bare essentials. And then you prioritize your areas of weakness your final week, and you're working sets of 20 multiple choice questions over a specific topic. Like your weakest topic might be not-for-profit accounting. And then you work backwards, and that's what you do.
Well, that's what I like about the test bank because, for example, I was doing the pension questions yesterday, and I was scoring very well. But I was not doing well for the stockholders' equity questions. So the test bank automatically tells me what is my weak areas.
Yeah,
that's what I like about the test bank. Unlike the book, which doesn't tell me that.
Sure, it's perfectly normal to do poorly on your multiple choice questions the first time around. That's what you have to do. You have to work all of them. So
right, that's work all of them, and that's why I want to work all of them for the next 2 weeks as well. I want to finish up the test bank's questions. Right, that should be my goal, to finish all the test bank questions.
Well, your goal is to finish all the videos first.
Yes, I'll do the videos first, and then also do finish the remaining test bank questions. Correct?
Yeah, you could, or you could just start over on the multiple choice questions. Start fresh.
You mean start fresh, or?
Well, have you been taking notes of your multiple choice questions?
Oh yes, of course,
okay.
All of them,
okay.
Even the ones I get wrong.
Okay, good deal. Yeah, finish those, and then start the rewriting process, and then you'll know where you are.
Oh, okay. So don't go. I thought that the next thing to do is also the next 2 weeks is go through all the multiple choice questions again.
Well, it is, yeah. Because you're kind of doing a hybrid. I would work through the remainder of the test bank questions and then go through them again.
Right.
Right. And I would always do it in study mode. Never do it in practice mode or in exam mode. Always do it in study mode.
Always in study mode.
Yep. So that gives you your answer explanation right away. Okay. So your goal in the next week is to finish all videos and do the remainder of the multiple choice questions. So that's your
okay.
So next Tuesday, if we talk again, that's where I want you to be. Okay.
Finishing all the videos by next Tuesday.
And do the remain. Yeah, I mean, depending on how many hours of video, but since you're studying full time, you can do it. And
yes, I know. And, I could do it.
And also finish the rest of the multiple choice questions, or get as far as possible.
Okay, all right. And then, in other words, I guess my last question, how to stay motivated? Because part of me think I made the wrong decision by studying for FAR, but then part of me saying that now that I have the time, I think studying for FAR, since it's such a massive amount of information. and just remember how to retain everything. And I think what also scares me also is probably the Sims as well.
Well, far scares everyone, but so you're speaking of the fact that you have an exam at the end of August and you feel crunched for time.
I just feel that I want to be the best prepared. And I know I have the time to study it. Because I have the exam. I changed the date to end of August, and I've been studying since July 1st. So I know it's just trying to feel motivated. So can it be done? Is it passable? That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
did I make the right decision?
Yes, you did make the right decision because it's best to knock FAR out of the way early because that's the dreaded one. And so you want your clock to start after you've passed FAR. I actually lost my FAR credit. I actually passed FAR twice. Yeah, because I got back-to-back 74s on reg because I didn't want to study for it. But yeah, everyone hates FAR, but you know what? 50% but it's this huge beast. No one likes it, but yet, just like the other exams, 50% of the people who walk in pass it, and you have a distinct advantage because I don't know too many people that have the luxury of being able to study full time. While it stinks that you were laid off, consider it a gift.
Right.
I mean, this is a huge blessing to you, and so I want you studying like minimum 8 hours a day.
That's what I've been doing. 5 hours in the afternoon, like I did with the multiple choice yesterday, and then in the evening time, I watch the videos. Evening time videos. I take a break a little bit because you got to, exercise, like get your mind rested. Because I noticed that if I study too long, my mind starts to wander.
Yeah. Yep.
And I found that for the bar exam, when I study too long, my mind wanders and I'm not retaining the information. So I need a break for a few hours.
So you also took the bar exam?
Yeah, I'm an attorney.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Well, there's people on the forum that are asking, should I take the bar exam after the CPA exam? Maybe you can persuade them one way or the other.
I would say take the bar exam first and then the CPA.
Well, see, you've already
just get out of school, so you know the information.
You've already been through law school, so. If you were a CPA today,
yes,
would you quit your job and go back to law school?
Probably not. Probably not. I think I would have became a CPA first.
I know. Well, yeah, but if you had your CPA designation, would you try to add to your credentials by going to law school?
I would do that too. Yes.
You would.
I would do that too. Yes.
You feel like the return on your investment is worth it, and the opportunity cost and the lost wages and all that. You feel like.
Well, you could go at night. You could go at night too.
Go at night.
Yes.
Okay. Well, cool. All right. Well, yeah. You might look at the forum or email me. I can send you some links. You can, because you're the first person that I've spoken with that's taken the bar exam and is taking the CPA exam. So you are a unique asset, Carmela.
I'm a unique asset? How you?
Yeah. So, okay. All right. Next week, if we talk, I want you to have all of your videos done, all right?
I will. I will get those done. All right.
All right. Thanks, Carmela.
All right. Thanks.
Bye. Okay. Final caller today is Shelly.
Taking the BEC on the 12th, and this is the first time I've used the flashcards and the audio and the whole Ninja package, and I like it. By the way,
oh, cool.
The audio, I've been listening to it so much that I almost have it memorized.
Oh, that's
Everybody
cool.
in my family hates me.
Yeah, I bet I've gotten that before. But.
Yeah. But what I'm doing is I had Becker left. I took the first test like 18 months ago. Failed it miserably, wasn't ready for it, had an emergency in the family and shouldn't have taken it. But now I followed your advice and I did the whole Becker, every single lecture. And as of today, I'll probably be through every single multiple choice homework question in the Becker package once. And what I've been doing is printing to a PDF the questions I get wrong and don't understand, and so I'm gonna print those out today. But I read your notes 5 times. I'm listening to your audio, and now I'm getting concerned because like the audio makes sense, and then I get into these homework questions, and some of them just blow my mind, especially with cost accounting.
Well, that's normal. I mean, an integral part of the learning process for the CPA exam is taking the concepts and going in and working through the application, especially cost accounting. I mean, the only way to learn cost accounting is really to work the questions. I mean, yeah, to understand the concepts, but to work the questions. And so that's normal. So you have essentially 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yep. So this is my thoughts from here on out was today I'm going to finish the questions, the homework questions. I haven't done any final exams or any practice tests to see where I am, but I was going to finish all the questions today, go back, print out the ones that I've got wrong and don't understand, and start rewriting the notes. Like take those questions and start rewriting your notes tomorrow and adding formulas things that I need to add to understand it, and then go through and just start working them again.
Yep.
And I don't know if I'm on the right track or not, but it seems like
yep, you are.
It's almost
that's
the only way.
That's a good plan. Rewriting your notes and then going back through the questions. I would not work a practice exam.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, essentially, how long is a practice exam? Like 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
So that's 3. Okay, so when you finish the practice exam, what does it really tell you?
Not much, probably.
Well, because it
probably.
I mean, yeah, it might tell you, okay, yeah, I scored a 70% or a 75%,
Mm-hmm.
but no one knows like what score that translates to on the exam. And so usually people, when they take practice exams, they either have a false hope or they're unnecessarily bummed out, and their confidence is shot because the practice exams don't use the same scoring algorithm as the real exam. And so that's 3.5 hours, 4 hours of time that you could have spent just nailing cost accounting or a couple of like 2 sections in like study mode.
Right. I could just, yeah.
And so,
like go over the multiple choice. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Or you're talking, just keep going and going and going, or memorize formulas or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's a waste of time. Okay, good. Because that was on my, that was on my, future planning in the next 2 weeks. And I was actually thinking the same thing, that, damn, that's 3.5 hours. And, it's harder to schedule that. I can't do an hour in the morning, an hour at lunch with that, but I sure can if I'm nailing homework questions and stuff like that.
Yeah. And yeah, always work your questions in study mode.
What do you mean?
So that it gives you the, I don't know if the Becker software does this, but in the Wiley Test Bank, you can select between study mode or like exam mode. So like in exam mode, if you do a set of 20, it doesn't give you your answers until the end. In study mode, it gives you the answer right away and your answer explanation right away.
Yeah, so that's what the homework questions are in Becker.
Yep.
By the way, that's how they work. So And I'm gonna do something different. I have the Wiley test bank for reg, and which I failed 3 times, by the way. And
well, that's okay.
Now I have your stuff. Yeah, I'm not gonna beat myself up over it. I don't know how to. I haven't studied the right way, I don't think. So
yeah.
I kind of feel I have a higher confidence level now. Really, honestly, thanks to the Ninja notes and stuff like that. So
excellent.
I feel pretty good. So good. Well, it sounds like I'm on the right track then.
Yes. Yeah. So you're 2 weeks out. Spend the next week rewriting your notes, studying your notes, working some multiple choice questions, and then your final week going over just doing topic intensive multiple choice sets. So you do a set of 20 over cost accounting until you're scoring 70-75%, and then move on to the next topic. And then the whole time you're still reading the Ninja notes, you're still reading your notes, you're still listening to the audio, and it just kind of crescendos for exam day.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. That's what I'm going to do. I'll continue doing it.
And my top secret BEC tip, so don't tell anyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's our secret.
Yeah, it's our secret. The afternoon before your exam.
Yeah.
Work every IT question.
Oh, you're kidding. You mean, okay, so I'm taking my Monday at 4 p.m. You're saying Sunday, work every IT question?
Yep.
Or the day of?
Okay. Sunday afternoon. So let's say there's 130 IT questions in Becker, whatever it is, 100, something like that. Work every IT question the afternoon before your exam.
You're kidding. And don't do it. I don't have to waste any time doing it between now and then.
Well, no. Sorry. You should still do it in the meantime, but one last time, work every IT question. And I think on exam day you'll be happy you did.
Really? Is it IT heavy?
So this is your first time taking BEC?
It's sneaky. Well, like you said, I took it before.
Okay, yeah. And
I might as well just flush that down the toilet because I was in a personal,
right,
emergency situation. So,
well, yeah. I mean, IT. I'm not sure what it is. It's probably 15% of your exam based on the CSO, something like that. But IT is the one area that, they throw these arbitrary definitions at you, stuff that no one cares about, you'll never see again, but it's stuff that you have to know, and so it's not stuff that you deal with on a daily basis. Some of it is I'm not even sure is still relevant, but yet you still have to know it for the exam. And so what you do the afternoon before your exam, you cram it into your head. Okay.
What about day of exam? What do you think?
Well, I'm a huge proponent of day of exam. You just go for it. You're still reading your notes. You're still because let's say I don't know what would you say is your weakest topic, the topic that you just pray that you don't see too much of on exam day?
Well, I would say the cost accounting piece.
Okay, but let's say it's something more obscure. I don't know,
I'll give you one: strategitic planning.
Okay.
And some of the planning techniques that I'm working on right now are sometimes a nightmare.
Yeah.
You're going to have to have 20% of next month's stock and next month's production. Yeah.
So
okay.
So let's say that you know that you're not going to learn strategic planning and that you just hope you don't see it on exam day. And so the day of your exam, just cram it into your head just so that you can just go into the exam and use a crude analogy, just barf it out. And then that's it.
Okay. Yeah. I've seen the schools of thought on don't study. Well, I think that's BS because I kind of have to. Also, do you suggest going right in and as soon as I sit down, try to write some formulas down?
Yes, but I think you have like 10 minutes once you. I'm not sure if it's once you enter your launch code or whatever, but people have been locked out, and so yeah, spend a few minutes, write down some mnemonics, but other than that, I would just go.
Just go for it.
Yeah. Now,
if there's something that I really can't I really can't remember, I'll just jot it down real fast and then start.
Yeah. So like your appointment's at what, 4? Did you say?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So when I was taking the exam, they want you to show up like 30 minutes early. Well, I would walk in like 5 minutes till 4 because I was sitting out in the parking lot for those 30 minutes. Again, just cramming as much info into my head as possible.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know why they need you there that early. I got there early last time I took a reg and tried to cram, but it was distracting. People coming and going, and they kind of want, if you're there, they want you to sit early.
They want to get you
so maybe
rocking and rolling as fast as possible.
Yeah. So then it's distracting.
Yeah.
You just kind of lose track. Okay, and then one more thing. I'm concerned about the simulations because I haven't really allocated a lot of time to those, and I'm not sure what kind of approach you would recommend on those.
Are you talking about the written communications?
Yes.
Well, they're just essays, memos, and so they'll say, Joe, corporate controller, wants to know the impact of total revenue when a good is price inelastic in an environment of rising prices. And so then you have to think, okay, what do I know about price elasticity of demand? And so you have your thesis, you have your two or three supporting paragraphs, and then your conclusion.
Right.
Now, if you can't for the life of you remember, price elasticity of demand, well, then you need to throw in some buzzwords, and you need to, as you said, BS your way through it, and just make it sound like you know what you're talking about, because I'm pretty sure it's a computer grading you.
Okay.
And so try to sound smart.
Okay.
Try to sound smart. Use proper grammar, and use keywords.
Okay. And watch my spelling and all that stuff, because that'll probably spit right out of the computer.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. Now, is this a call that you're having? Can you call in and listen, or what?
Yeah. Right now.
Is that how that works?
Yeah. Well, so like right now, you're the only one on the line because people call in when they can because they're at work or whatever. When I open it up to the public, there'll probably be more people in here. But yeah, you can just hang on the line if you want to.
And then, okay, well, maybe I'll just call back, because when are you opening it up?
Well, I'm also going to rebroadcast it so you can listen to it later if you want to do that.
Yeah, I'll do that. That's what I'll do, because then I can drive down to right where I, BEC questions and stuff, so I can focus on that.
Okay. Well, perfect. Well, Shelly, it's been great. It's been great talking with you.
Thank you.
And
you too.
All right. Well, take care.
I'll stay in touch. All right. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, everyone. Well, that does it for this edition of CPA Reviewed. I hope you like the new format. If so, let me know. And I look forward to talking to you next time I fire up the Ninja Hotline. In the meantime, you can go to another71.com, click in the upper right-hand corner, Ask Jeff. And as always, you can see me on the forum or at Facebook, facebook.com/another71. We just passed 24,000 likes. That's pretty cool. Okay, everyone, be good, be safe, take care, and I will talk to you soon.